Hello guys, it is the second part about Ethereum. Okay, let's go. Ethereum 2.0, the second part. Open source development is currently, maybe outdated as is March 2022, underway for a major upgrade to Ethereum known as Ethereum 2.0 or Ethereum 2. The main purpose of the upgrade is to increase transaction throughput for the network from current rate of about 15 transactions per second to up to tens of thousands of transactions per second. It is to be accomplished by splitting up the workload into many blockchains running in parallel, referred to as sharding, and then having them all share a common consensus proof of stake blockchain, so that to molecularly tamper with any singular chain would require one to tamper with the common consensus, which would cost the attacker far more than they could gain from an attack. Ethereum 2.0, also known as Serenity, is designed to be launched in three phases. The first, phase 0 or Beacon Chain, was launched on 1st December 2020 and created the Beacon Chain, a proof of stake blockchain that will act as the central coordination and consensus hub of Ethereum 2.0. Second phase is phase number 1, or the merge will merge the beacon chain with the current Ethereum network, transition in consensus mechanism from proof of work to proof of stake. SF 26 January 2022, it is expected to be released in the third quarter of 2022. And the third phase, number 2, or chart chains, will implement state execution in the chart chains. Is the current Ethereum 1.0 chain expected to become one of the shards of Ethereum 2.0. Shards chains will spread the network laws across 64 new chains. As of 22nd January 2022, it is expected to be released in 2023. What is about design? All Ethereum is permissionless, non-historical network of computers or nodes that build and sum to consensus on an overgrowing series of blocks or batches of transactions known as blockchain. Each block contains an identifier of the chain that must precede it if the block is to be considered valid. Whenever a node adds a block to its chain, it executes the transaction in the block in the order they are listed, thereby altering the Ethereum balances and other storage values of Ethereum accounts. These balances and values, collectively known as a state, are mentioned on the node separately from blockchain in a Merkle tree. Each node communicates with a relatively small subset of network its peers. Whenever a node wishes to include a new transaction in the blockchain, it sends a copy of the transaction to each of its peers, when then send a copy to each of the peers, and so on. In this way, it propagates throughout the network. Certain nodes called miners maintain a list of all of these new transactions and use them to create new blocks, which they then send to the rest of network. Whenever a node receives a block, it checks the validity of the block and of all of the transactions therein, and if it finds the block to be valid, adds it to its blockchain and executes all of those transactions. Since block creation and broadcasting are permissionless, a node may receive multiple blocks competing to be the successor to a particular block. The node keeps track of all of the valid chains that results from this and regularly drops the shortest one. According to Ethereum protocol, the longest of multiple competing chains is to be considered the canonical one. Okay, something other about Ethereum. Ether is a cryptocurrency generated by the Ethereum protocol as a reward to miners in a proof of work system for adding blocks to the blockchain. It is the only currency accepted to pay for transaction fees, which also go to miners. The block addition rewards together with transaction fees provide the incentive to miners to keep the blockchain growing and to keep processing new transactions. Therefore, Ether is fundamental to operation of the network. Each Ethereum account has an Ethereum balance and may send Ethereum to any other account. The smallest subunit of Ethereum is known as a Wei, named after cryptocurrency pioneer Wei Day, and is equal to 10 Ethereum, maybe close to 10. Ether is often erroneously referred to as Ethereum. Ether is listed on exchanges under the currency code as the Greek uppercase X character is something used for its currency symbol. The shift to Ethereum 2.0 may reduce the issuance rate of Ether. There is currently no implemented hard cap on the total supply of Ether. Okay guys, it's all for now. Have a good day.